If you want to be consistent, all you have to do is eliminate fear and recklessness. Once fear is gone, you'll stop doing things like hesitating. Maybe you're too fearful. You're like, man, last time I went in, I lost money. I don't know if I should go in right now because you're fearful. It is normal that most traders will end up losing multiple fortunes before they fully realize that they need to start dealing with their psychology. 40 to 50% of traders are boom and busters, where they have a roller coaster of equity curves. So you can see win streaks of 20 plus trades, but it always ends up in a big loss as a result of euphoria or self-sabotage. If someone or something is against you and causing you pain, you will feel compelled to fight. You can't fight the market. Yes, it wants your money, but also gives you an endless opportunities to make money. The only way to take advantage of the market's endless opportunities is to get in the flow. How can you flow with something you are against? That is so facts though. The consistently successful trader that you want to become does not exist yet. You must create a new version of yourself. You have to alter your beliefs and attitudes. You must install the beliefs and attitudes of a consistently successful trader. Right now you have beliefs in your mind that are keeping you from becoming a consistently successful trader. Have you thought about that? Once you eliminate the effects of fear and recklessness in your trading, you will have consistent results. So that's literally it. If you want to be consistent, all you have to do is eliminate fear and recklessness. You're done. That's it. But it's easier said than done when it's a psychological problem. You have to understand that once fear is gone, you'll stop doing things like rationalizing to yourself the market's going to do something, subconsciously distorting information where maybe you have to be correct. Maybe you have this bias in your mind where you want to be right all the time. So you want to be right in the market, so you rationalize and distort market information so it fits your narrative, but you're missing the other side, and you end up losing money. Hesitating. Maybe you're too fearful. You're like, man, last time I went in, I lost money. I don't know if I should go in right now because you're fearful, once again, of losing money. Jumping the gun. That's just jumping in too early. Like it's like you're itching to be in the market. I have that problem a little bit. It causes over trading. If you're quick to jump the gun and enter when the market doesn't tell you to enter, then right now you have like an addiction to trading, and you probably need to find a good balance to it, because you can be addicted to just placing a trade, and then hoping. I do that a lot too. Sometimes I'll hope I'm correct. You know, like you'll see the market clearly going in a certain direction, and then you over here hoping it does something else. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? So, the thing is that most traders fall into this trap of thinking that learning more about the markets is the way to fix these problems, instead of learning how to think like successful traders. Think about rich people, think about wealthy people. When people ask them questions, they always want to know, like, what books do they read? What's their daily routine? What do they do during the day? You want to know how these people think. But traders, think about trading. All these successful Forex traders, they all have different plans. The plan literally doesn't matter. What truly matters is that you have a profitable plan. It matters in that sense, as long as it's profitable. But how are you thinking when you're trading? Because if you don't have the right attitudes and beliefs, as the book says, you won't be able to succeed in trading. Okay, so it's attitudes and beliefs about being wrong. Like, look, I was just talking about this. It's attitudes and beliefs about being wrong, losing money, and the tendency to become reckless when you're feeling good that causes most losses, not technique or market knowledge. So let me break that down. So it's attitudes and beliefs about being wrong. If you hate being wrong, you will lose 3 trades in a row. You'll start talking, you start verbally abusing yourself, calling yourself a dumbass, maybe an idiot and shit like that. And that bad attitude is gonna bring that same negative energy into the next trade. And you may act out in emotion instead of following the actual plan. Anytime you add emotions into the equation when you are trading, it will hinder your ability to follow the plan flawlessly. So you want to stay away from these emotions. And fear is a big one that many traders are going to feel. What about losing money? Some people don't want to lose money, so that's when you're going to start hesitating. You're too fearful to lose money. You don't want to go in because maybe you lost the last trade. Now you don't want to go in right now. Tendency to become reckless when you're feeling good. I have that problem. If you're the type of nigga to get cocky when you're up during a game, you're going to be the same type of person to get cocky when you're up in Forex, because it feels like a video game. So trust me, I know how it feels. That Euphoria is crazy. It's a drug from God. You have this sense of overconfidence where you throw out logic, you stop following the plan. You see how as soon as you add emotions, it hinders your ability to follow the plan flawlessly. I'm going to have to tweet that out. I fuck with that. Y'all follow me on Twitter. I need you to think about that. It's the attitudes and beliefs about being wrong, losing money, and the tendency to become reckless when you're feeling good that cause most losses. So they didn't say anything about technique because it's not technique or market knowledge. So stop running to go back test some more because you think that the plan don't work. The plan works. You just don't work right now because you have these fears and you have these wrong beliefs and attitudes. Okay? So think about it. The plan doesn't matter. The beliefs matter. Who would you rather have in your money? One trader has a simple plan, really easy, simple plan, but they have the right mindset so that they don't make those fear-based errors that most traders are going to make. But then you have another trader. They have a phenomenal plan. Like, they're a phenomenal market analysis. They can tell you exactly where the market is going to go. But they are still operating out of the same fear-based errors that typical traders go through. So they're going to do things like jump the gun, hesitate, rationalize. They're going to hope. You investing in somebody that's hoping the money go up? Like, they should know, right? Or they should be at least following a plan so that way they know percentage-wise how much they're supposed to make by a certain time, right? You got to stick to the numbers. So obviously you're going to choose trader one because even though they have a simple plan, they have the right mindset. So they're going to give me my money back. You know what I'm saying? The one that offered the second trader, even though they have a phenomenal plan, if they're prone to self-destructing, then there's a possibility that money may end up burning. You hear what I'm saying? So it really comes down to your attitudes and beliefs. It has nothing to do with anything else. Honestly, trading is actually very easy. And once you have the right attitude, it will seem so simple and fun even. What's crazy is we're closest to the right mindset that we need to trade when we're a beginner, because you have a fresh mind. It's like, think of like a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like their mind is fully like it's a blank canvas. Now you can like program certain things into it, right? And when we first get into trading, we're that blank canvas. You know, feel me? We don't have any experiences that are like ingrained into our memory now because of maybe trauma or whatever energy we have attached to a certain scenario in the market, right? So as you start trading and you trade more and more, you start to build up trauma. Like, and this is so dead ass. You start to build up trauma where maybe last time you went in on this setup, you lost, so now you're hesitating because you're like, oh shit, nah, I don't think I should go in on it. I lost the last time. I'm not gonna go in. You feel me? Maybe you got barely stopped out. Now you mad. Now you pissed off. You hear what I'm saying? So now you have a vendetta against the market. I'm telling you, I've been there. I get it. I truly get it. So as we start to trade more and more, we'll build up trauma. And that's where the fear comes from. Because our minds have this pain avoidance mechanism, which is trying to avoid any type of pain. So if it has energy attached to a certain situation that happened in the past when it comes to trading, then next time it happens, it's going to rationalize to you. You see how it goes back to all these fear-based errors. It's going to rationalize to you that maybe you shouldn't go in this time because it caused pain last time. You hear what I'm saying? So you have to be able to eliminate all of this from your trading, and that's why it's easier said than done. Because to be a consistent trader, all you got to do is eliminate fear. Eliminate fear and you're good, bro. You're done. You're a consistent trader now. Instill the right beliefs and attitudes, and then eliminate fear, and you're going to be consistent. Guaranteed. Now we have to figure out how do we have the right attitude and instill the right beliefs that we need to be a consistent trader. You must adopt a positive winning attitude. What is a positive winning attitude? Okay, so a positive winning attitude is an attitude that you're going to expect positive results for the efforts that you have put in so far. You know, like all the effort you did put in learning how to trade and back test and everything like that. So expect positive results. But whatever results you get, you understand are a perfect reflection of your current level of development. And maybe it's just giving you a glimpse of something that maybe you need to learn how to do better. That's simple. Like me, I take full accountability. Full accountability. My plan is amazing. But the mindset, oh my gosh, bro. My mind be going crazy because I be getting mad. I be having a vendetta. It's the emotional control. Got to be able to save that. You feel me? Because there's times that, bro, I'll just be burning the account. I'll just be pissed off. I'm just like, man, fuck the account. I don't even care about this shit no more. I'm like, bro, what? It's like self-destruction. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's really crazy. I have to catch myself doing that shit. It's insane. And once again, this is built up trauma. So how do you adopt this positive winning mindset? So you want to move beyond your mistakes and you want to keep going. So once again, keep accountability, and anytime maybe you lose, ask yourself, okay, what did I do wrong? What could I maybe improve on? This is a learning lesson. Don't look at it as a loss. Have a paradigm shift and just look at it as a learning lesson, because just you framing it as a learning lesson, you have a more positive attitude already towards it. Okay? Now, if you lose the trade but you followed the plan flawlessly, you didn't do anything wrong. You need to understand that. That's a successful trade. It's not if you win or you lose. Did you follow the plan? That's all that matters. That's literally all that matters, because that's going to eliminate the fear. But he's probably going to get into that. So you must be able to lose and be wrong on the trade, and once again, it not affect you. You know what I'm saying? Most people feel negative self-criticism, regret, and self-pity. Me, I do the negative self-criticism. I'll start verbally abusing myself. And I'll just be like, you fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, why'd you do that? Like, I'm not mad at the market. I'm mad at myself. But I get so mad at myself, bro. Maybe that's where the self-destruction comes from. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, like, be careful how you speak to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should never be saying bad things about yourself. I had interviewed, like, a psychologist. And she said, as a tip, she was like, she advises everybody, go home, get, like, a journal, something you can write in, and write 9 things you love about yourself. Okay? And then you want to, like, genuinely love about yourself. And if you don't have 9 things you love about yourself, then okay, you might have a bigger problem. You know what I'm saying? But write 9 things you love about yourself, and then read over them again. You know what I'm saying? And read them every single day. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna keep you in a good mindset. You know, you shouldn't. The negative self-criticism, once again, like, it's creating negative energy now. I'm living in my shadow now. Okay, now this is a deeper subject. This is something from the power of now. I'm probably gonna have to do tutorials on that too. If you're having this negative self-criticism to yourself, now it's making me feel bad. I'm making myself feel bad. Self-inflicted. You see this? Self-inflicted. This is all trauma. So self-inflicted, because maybe I lost the last trade. I feel like I'm making a mistake, so now I'm talking crazy to myself, self-criticism and everything like that. Maybe I regret it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just all these different things, all these things adding up. And now next time the next trade comes along, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be feeling like shit. I'm gonna be like, man, I was maybe just calling myself like a fucking dumbass and shit like that. So now I may like just have that negative energy in my mind now, in my body, and I may end up subconsciously acting like a dumbass, because now it's just like I've criticized myself so much. I believe these negative things about myself. You see how deep this shit get? You know what I'm saying? So, and that all comes from, you need to have a positive winning attitude. Expect positive results from your efforts, but understand that any results you get is just a perfect reflection of your current level of development. You know what I'm saying? You need to trust the development. I be saying that sometimes. I like that mantra. Trust the development, because the development is infinite. You're always developing. You feel me? So just make sure you understand that everything that happens, honestly, in a sense, is meant to be. As a beginner, if you start with a winning trade, you will automatically experience the carefree mindset, which is the byproduct of a winning attitude. So essentially, we want to have that carefree mindset where we can place a trade and not worry about it, and not have any fear, any worry, no negative energy. But in this state, you had no fear and could execute trades without hesitation. That's how you need to be. Anytime you see your setups, for me, it's the mathematics of God. So if I see the mathematics of God, if I see 3, 6, or 9, nigga, I'm entering the market. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what it is. But you need to be able to make sure you're only entering on that. You hear what I'm saying? Then you're gonna become consistent. There should be no hesitation. If I see it, my plan says to go in, I'm gonna enter. Now if I lose, it doesn't even affect me, because I know that the point is to follow the plan. And as long as I'm following the plan, I have the highest probability of being successful and a consistently winning trader. This doesn't mean the novice trader has a winning attitude, though. They just haven't experienced any pain from his trading to make them feel afraid. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, as you trade, you're going to start losing. You might lose sometimes. You know, you're going to have bad experience, barely stopped out, all these different things. Looks like the market's hunting you. All these things that causes pain in your trading, which is going to cause you to be afraid. So the beginner isn't at that state of having that carefree mindset. They don't have the right attitudes and beliefs. They don't understand yet that it's not about winning or losing. It's about following the actual plan. You hear what I'm saying? Attitudes and beliefs. That's what really matters. You need to think like successful traders if you want to be a consistently successful trader. Now this is just explaining more just how important your attitude and beliefs are. So winning in any endeavor is a function of attitude. Two unevenly matched opponents. The most skilled one usually wins, of course. You feel me? So if you have a level 1 and a level 100, obviously level 100 is usually going to win, okay? Now if you have two evenly matched opponents, a level 50, level 50, the odds are tipped in the favor of the one with the better attitude, right? The one that fights the hardest. You know what I'm saying? The one that wants it the most. You know what I'm saying? So that's why attitude is so important. We have the best attitude and most confidence when we are winning, just like the novice trader on a win streak. But it doesn't mean they have a winning attitude. They just haven't experienced any pain from their trading to feel afraid. Most pain is felt due to attitudes being wrong, losing money, and the tendency to become reckless. What happens when the novice trader finally loses? Depends on their attitudes about losing. Oh, that's a good one. Now, what happens to the novice trader when they finally lose? Because obviously, some people, they're gonna lose, you know, like, and maybe they grew up and they were taught to never be a loser, you know, like maybe that was just like something, like it was just a word they never wanted to be called, to be a loser. They had this bad stigma towards losing. Maybe they had a lot of pressure on them to make sure they always win and did the best. So what happens to the novice trader when they finally lose? Well, that depends on their attitudes about losing. This is why some people, they can learn trading a lot faster, because they don't have these bad attitudes that are hindering them from being able to actually trade. If they already grew up in a household that told them that losing is just a part of the development, and if you lose, it's just a learning lesson, and now you just have to figure out what it is that maybe you got to learn to do better, they're going to welcome the losses now. So it's going to be a lot easier for them to stay in that carefree mindset, because they're a lot closer to having the attitudes of the consistently successful traders. So if they understand that losing and being wrong are inevitable reality in trading, they won't be affected, as I just said. It doesn't matter if you are the best analyst in the world with the best attitude in the world, you will eventually experience a loss. So that's just to say that it doesn't matter if you have the best plan in the world, it doesn't matter if you have the best attitude in the world, you're still going to lose. It's still, like, it's not going to make your percentage 100%. Once again, a successful trade is just, did you follow the plan? And if you have a profitable plan, all you have to do is make sure every time you enter, it's only when the plan says to, and you'll have the highest probability of being profitable. You do anything else other than what the plan says, and you are hindering yourself. And it might be a cause of a bad attitude or belief. Okay, but you're always going to lose. In trading, it's unpredictable, it's random. The patterns that we go in on, they just increase our probability of success. So that's why we enter in on them. But it doesn't mean what it did last time, it has to do this time. Okay, so you're going to lose sometimes. That's okay. Markets are too erratic, and there are too many variables at play for any trader to be right every time, as I just said. If they understand this, and you have to internalize this. There's millions of traders entering the market at once. There's some people buying, some people selling, some people hopping out, some people just hopping in, some people got sell limits, some people got buy limits. You never know what's going on. Okay, the banks might just flood in for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what is going on that's moving the market right now. And that's why it's so erratic, and there's too many variables at play for any trader to be right every single time. And that's okay. It's okay. You have to internalize this. So if you do understand this and you've accepted the risk, then your winning attitude won't deteriorate, and you'll be able to continue to the next trade. That's only if you have the right mindset. You'll continue to be in that flow state, continue to have this positive winning attitude. You can continue to place trades carefree. Now, when I say carefree, I just mean anytime you see your setup form, if your plan tells you to enter, you enter. That's it. There should be no argument. It should only be if your plan says to enter, enter, end the story. Let's see what happens. So, if you didn't accept the risk, and they expected the market to always do what they wanted, you got to take that ego out the market, then you will feel emotional pain. And this is how when the trauma starts forming, because you had the wrong concept of losing. It started with your attitudes and beliefs. You see how all this stems back to your trading. So if you didn't accept the risk and you expected to be right every single time, because you want to be right every single time because maybe you have a bad stigma against losing, wrong attitude, wrong belief, you're going to feel pain. And this is how the more it happens, the more it's going to accumulate, the more it becomes trauma. So it's actually best at the beginning of your trading career to actually make sure your psychology is in check, because the deeper you get into it, the more trauma you're going to have to deal with. It's simple, like the internal environment, what he wanted, didn't match with the external environment. A lot of traders have this perspective that, they expect the market to do exactly what they want it to do every single time. I've had that same perspective. I'm a perfectionist. I was like, I'm gonna make 100% trading plan. Like, bro, I shouldn't have, like, it's like that put me on the wrong path, but at the same time put me on the right path, because I created an insanely accurate trading plan aiming for perfect. But many traders have this perspective of trying to be right every single time, and it's the beginning of the detrimental trading beliefs that keep most traders from becoming consistently successful. So if you have a belief that you have to be right every single time, if you have a belief that you can't lose, if you have a belief that you can't be wrong, I need you to today start doing the shadow work to start getting rid of these beliefs. Create a new belief, a better attitude, a positive winning attitude. Actually, it's okay to lose. Instead of saying you lost, how about you just start saying, oh, it was just a learning lesson. And just remember that being successful as a trader just means following the plan. As long as you follow the plan and the plan told you to enter here, you had the highest success of winning that trade. So there's nothing to be mad about, even if you did lose. Only the best traders have acquired this first perspective. He will lose his carefree mindset, and even worse, blame the market for subjecting him to a loss and making him feel pain. I used to blame the market a lot. I'm telling you, bro, made me hate the matrix, society sometimes, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm just angry, bro. Sometimes I'll wake up just pissed off, gotta do 100 push-ups, because if not, I'm hurting somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how it feels. Essentially, like, when you lose a trade, it's the same as when you were like a little kid and you were playing with a toy, and you were just playing with a toy, just harmlessly playing with a toy. And then maybe somebody takes it away from you. Maybe your mom takes it away from you because maybe she's about to feed you. But all you feel is this pain, because it's just almost like, oh, she stripped you of the joy that you were feeling. That's how a lot of traders are going to feel when this happens to them in the market, when they lose a trade and they expect it to be right, because they were really happy. They were already, like just expecting to be right, already imagining the money they're going to make, already imagining the dream life they're going to live. And then all of a sudden, the market does the exact opposite of what this trader thought it was going to do. Now it's just like that euphoria becomes an instant pain. And the way you deal with it, that depends on you. Once again, your environment, how you grew up. Some people deal with it differently. Me, I get angry. That's where revenge trading might pop in. Where do you think that came from? It's angry traders, bro. Angry traders trying to get back at the market because you're mad that it stripped you of this dream that you wanted. It's pain. It's the same pain as having something denied from us that we wanted or felt we deserved. Like that dream you deserve. Sometimes I be blaming God. I'm like, bro, why God? Why would you do this to me? Nah, bro. God. You know what I'm saying? God ain't doing this to you. You doing this to you. Once again, the plan works. If you have a profitable plan, if you're using my plan, you damn well have a profitable plan. But if you have a profitable plan, all you have to do is follow it flawlessly. And that's going to come down to how much discipline you have, how much patience you have, and how much emotional control you have. Eliminating this fear and this pain is the first step to getting that emotional control that you need. It's the same pain as being blocked from pursuing something you were passionate about. Like maybe you made it your dream to be a trader, a successful trader. Every time you lose, it just hurts. Feels like a step backwards because you once again have the wrong attitude and wrong beliefs about losing money, about being wrong. It's just a learning opportunity. Remember that. We didn't choose to be taken out of joy and happiness into a state of pain like that kid once again. All we know now is we were having fun and someone took us out of the fun into pain, which can make you feel betrayed. And that's when you start having a vendetta against the market. This is where the trauma comes from. This is where it becomes a toxic relationship. This is where you start getting addicted to it. And then it becomes over trading because now you're addicted to this euphoric state of like winning trades. And then like the trauma and pain that you feel when you lose, like it's like an up and down roller coaster. You're addicted to it because it's a toxic relationship. Building up trauma now. That's what we're doing. We're building up trauma, like, bro. Unless they had super traders for mentors, and that's what I'm trying to build. I'm going to make sure that I master this psychology to the point where I can have a PhD in this, you know what I'm saying? But just so that way I can be a super trader that at the beginning of your trading journey, you can have the right mindset. Because if you don't matter what I teach you. Don't matter how good of a plan I give you. If you don't have the right attitudes and right beliefs, you will not be a consistently successful trader. So make sure you study the psychology. Make sure you go through the entire psychology course. Because if you don't, you're going to have a problem. if I instill the right beliefs into you at the beginning, you won't have to go through that phase that most traders have to go through. It is normal that most traders will end up losing multiple fortunes before they fully realize that they need to start dealing with their psychology. They need to start dealing with the attitudes and beliefs that they have that are keeping them from being consistently successful. Because eventually you'll get to a point of just losing so much money, you're like, okay, it's not the plan. Maybe it's me. Eventually you'll get to that point, but it's going to take a lot of losses if you go the typical route, if you don't study your psychology. Seriously. Those typical traders that lose fortunes, they realize, okay, maybe they're the problem, and they start to dive into their psychology. And they'll have a shift in attitude which accounts for their success. Not some realization about the market, not some magical thing you found while you were back testing. You know what I'm saying? That's going to help with the profitability of your plan. And that's why I like to big up my plan a lot, because like it's very profitable. It definitely works. It works so much. And that's why I get mad at myself now. Self-criticism starts kicking in, because it's like, why do you mess this up if you know it's this good? It's almost perfect. You have to realize that. And that's when you're going to have that shift in your attitude. You realize that it's not some realization about the market that's going to help me be consistent now. At this point, it's like I have a plan that works. Now I just have to have a shift in attitude so that way I can just trade the plan flawlessly, carefree, with a positive winning attitude. Most people who trade consider themselves responsible adults, yet very few traders are able to take responsibility for the outcome of any particular trade. The typical trader wants the market to fulfill his expectations, hopes, and dreams. The market doesn't know you anything. You need to understand that. And when it doesn't fulfill those hopes and expectations, you feel angry, frustrated, emotionally distraught, and betrayed. Society expects people to act in a reasonable and responsible ways, and if they don't, you suffer. You will be essentially compensated, like a car accident. But the market doesn't work this way. Like if you crash out and lose all your bread, you know what I'm saying? The market don't owe you shit, nigga. You ain't gonna get no insurance plan. What are you talking about, nigga? But in society, yeah. You know what I'm saying? If somebody crashes into you, you know what I'm saying? You lose money. You don't get compensated. You gonna get your insurance as long as you're paying your insurance, right? But we think that the same way society operates is the same way the trading in the market gonna operate. The market don't owe you shit, nigga. The market is trying to take your money. That's why we create these plans so we're as profitable as possible. Of course, it's against you, bro. It's against you, but you have to play the game. So enter when the plan tells you to enter, not when the market tells you to enter. The market's trying to make you lose bread. So you can't be emotional when it does some crazy shit and you just hop in, jump the gun, because you were fearful of missing out. The market's like, gotcha, bitch. Goes back in the other direction. Can't get angry. But people gonna get angry. They're gonna blame the market now. How you gonna blame the market for you doing something stupid? You're supposed to follow the plan. The plan ain't never, when you were back test, you ain't never entered in nothing like that. So why you entering in that right now? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The market has no responsibility to give us anything or do anything that would benefit us. The only way for one trader to win is if another one loses. A lot of people are buying, other people are selling. Somebody gotta lose, right? Your purpose is to extract money from the market. You need to remember that. Your purpose is to extract money from the market. And the market's purpose is to extract money from you, while it's also giving you endless opportunities to take money from it, though. You, not the market, are completely responsible for your success and failure as a trader. Stop blaming the market. Understand that you are responsible for your success as a trader, not the market. Stop blaming the market every time something happens. Stop blaming the market every time something happens. Have a positive winning attitude. Expect positive results. You're going to win sometimes. And expect that you're going to win most of the time. If you have a profitable plan that wins most of the time and loses. But some people be using some crazy shit. But expect to win. But understand that even if you lose, maybe this is just a learning opportunity. Maybe this is something I need to learn to do better. It's a part of the development on my way to becoming a consistently successful trader. Don't think you did something wrong when you follow the plan flawlessly and you lose. Sometimes you're going to lose. Once again, there's too many variables in the market for any trader to be right every single time. You have to instill these beliefs. If you cannot instill these beliefs, you will not be a consistently successful trader. All you have to do is learn how to get what you want from the markets. That's it. How much money do you want to make in a day? Maybe how much money do you want to make in a week? And then just learn how to do that. Now you're done. Now you're done. That's all you gotta do. Follow the plan. If the plan is profitable, follow the plan. See where you're at by the end of the week. Just entering every single time the plan tells you to, and that's it. Don't enter for any other reason. Only when the plan tells you to. When the plan tells you to, enter the market. You tell me where you're at by the end of the week. If you're using my plan, let me know where you at the end of the week. Let me know, nigga. Let me know, nigga. Let me know where you at the end of the week. Sometimes you're not gonna have to trade, bro. Don't have to trade every single day. See, you addicted to that toxic relationship. You don't got to trade every single day. There's some traders that don't see setups until like maybe every month. They only get one setup every month. They're okay with that. Why do you think you have to be in the market every single day? If you're spending too much time on the markets and less time on your life. That's the whole point. Get the money from the markets. Get what we want from the markets, and then go live our life. That's the whole point. Stop being addicted to it. So, do you feel responsible for fulfilling some other traders' expectations, hopes, dreams, and desires? Of course you don't. It sounds absurd to even ask. However, if you ever find yourself blaming the market and feeling betrayed, that is essentially what you're doing. Every time you say, man, the market did this to me. No. Some other trader just ended up winning that. And in order for him to win, you had to lose. You were just on the wrong side. It's okay. Did you follow the plan though? If you follow the plan, hey, shit, it is what it is. I might get it next time, because I know anytime I enter on the plan, I have the highest probability of success. As long as we increasing our odds of success, that's all that matters. This is a game of numbers and probabilities, bro. So if the probabilities are in your favor, all you have to do is just enter when the plan tells you to, and you will 100% be successful. Now maybe you just don't have enough faith in your plan. That's why you can't do it. Maybe you got too much trauma, because once again, the wrong attitudes and beliefs, and that's why you can't do it. But really, all you got to do is just follow the plan flawlessly. No fear. Anytime the plan tells you to enter, you enter. And you good. That's it. But see, when traders don't take responsibility, once again, the market don't owe you shit. Your success as a trader is down to you. You are responsible for your success as a trader. If you don't take responsibility, it sets up 2 psychological obstacles that block your success. Literally block your success. So make sure you're not doing these things. Creates an adversarial relationship between you and the markets, taking you out of the constant flow of opportunities. So if you have a vendetta against the market, you're not going to see it logically. Maybe too fearful to even get in. Takes you out of the constant flow. There's opportunities every single day in the market. Can you find it? The trader that came to the charts with the right attitude, they're going to find an opportunity because they came there to find an opportunity. You come there with the wrong attitude, like you're trying to get back at the market. You ain't come there to find an opportunity. You came back for revenge, and then you're going to end up revenge trading. All because you're blaming the market. You will mislead yourself into believing that your trading problems and lack of success can be fixed through market analysis. So then you go back testing day in, day out, lock yourself in your room, because now you like, man, I'm gonna beat this market, bro. I'm gonna become a 100% trader. I ain't losing this shit. You know what I'm saying? This fuck nigga ain't gonna get me. Like, you got beef. It's on sight when you see the market now, bro. So now next time you stare at the charts, you feel with rage and like you have this grudge against the market, this negative energy. But you didn't come here to be a consistently successful trader. You came here to get back at the market. It's blocking your success because it's taking you out of the constant flow of opportunities. Market's not to blame. You are to blame. So what can you fix about yourself? Maybe you lack emotional control, because you definitely come in here with this grudge and this anger. Losing when you expected the market to do what you expected will tap you into the same childlike feelings of pain, anger, resentment, powerlessness when someone took something away from us. No one likes to feel denied, so it can make the market seem like an outside force that either gives or takes away. The market is neutral unless you are trading a huge position that can affect prices. So unless you're one of those whales that is putting in millions of dollars all at once into the market, you're not moving that shit. So stop expecting to move it and just try to hop onto the endless opportunity flows. If you see it flowing in a certain direction, this is why they say trade with the trend. You see it flowing in a certain direction, I'm going down. I'm not trying to, you see, it's the ego that makes you want to look for a reversal. Like, come on, bro. Market doesn't know what you perceive as an opportunity. It doesn't know what you perceive as a loss, or whether you perceive it as an endless stream of opportunities or a greedy monster. If you have something against the market, you may believe it's a greedy monster. You may believe it's a greedy monster. But if you believe it's an endless stream of opportunities now, you're just going to look for opportunities. Look at that perception you attach to opportunity. The most wealthy people, they take opportunities. Maybe they lose money sometimes, but they were willing to take the risk. They understood that investing in this opportunity is worth it, and that's how you must look at your trading. If you see a trading opportunity, just think of it as you investing in this opportunity. It's a risk. You could lose, but you know that it's worth the risk. As a quick summary so far as what we've been going through, you want to have a positive winning attitude. You want to make sure you have the right attitudes about losing, being wrong, just all these things. Like, you have to understand that, yes, you can expect positive results, expect to win, expect your plan to work, but understand that if you do lose or you do meet an obstacle, it's just a part of the development. Maybe it's just pointing at something that you need to do, or maybe you need to learn how to do better. We want to make sure we're taking responsibility for our trading and not blaming the market, because then we'll be stuck in these two psychological obstacles. And we want to make sure we're in the constant flow of opportunities. The market is a constant flow of opportunities. That's a cool mantra. I might write that down. I like that. Oh, nice. Next section, this is what we talk about. So if you perceive the market as an endless stream of opportunity without self-criticism and regret, that is the best frame of mind for you to learn from your experiences. Okay? Market information, as painful in some way, means that you will try to avoid the pain by subconsciously or consciously blocking the information from your awareness, blocking yourself from seeing opportunities to enrich yourself. If someone or something is against you and causing you pain, you will feel compelled to fight. You can't fight the market. It's not fighting you. Yes, it wants your money, but also gives you an endless opportunities to make money. You are fighting yourself, and you are fighting the negative consequences of not accepting that the market owes you nothing. Damn, that nigga snap right there. Essentially, what this whole section is talking about is basically, if you see any type of market information in a painful way, as I explained earlier, then you will try to avoid this pain subconsciously. So then the pain avoidance mechanism is going to kick in, and you're going to block out any information that's telling you that you're wrong or that you might lose. Your mind's going to rationalize. This is how our minds work. Okay, so, and this is like why it's like you can't bring the same mind that society has primed you with to the markets. It's a whole different beast. So you must have the right attitudes and right beliefs in order to be successful in this environment. So a lot of traders will block this out of your awareness, and that's because you think it's maybe against you. If someone or something is against you and it's causing you pain, you will feel compelled to fight. It's like you feel like you're fighting the market. So you have to make sure you eliminate this belief from your mind. The market is not against you. It's not your enemy. I say things like the devil market. I may stop saying that too, because it's like it makes it adversarial. It makes it something where I do feel like it's against me, and then I'm trying to fight. Why am I trying to fight the market, bro? It's an endless stream of opportunity. I'm gonna make sure I write that down. I like that. I really like that. So if someone or something is against you and causing you pain, you'll feel compelled to fight. You can't. But once again, you can't fight the market. It's not fighting you. Yes, it wants your money. It's trying to take your money from you, but it also gives you endless opportunities to make money. It knows it's making so much bread off all these impulsive traders, all these traders that lack emotional control, all these traders that lack discipline, that lack patience. It knows it's taking all this money from them, so it has no problem giving you as much money as you are able to extract from it, because it's going to make that money back anyway. So it's still an endless flow of opportunity. It's going to give you some bread. It's going to give you a lot of bread, actually. But can you follow the plan? Or are you going to be like the other traders that have the wrong beliefs, wrong attitudes, and they're fighting against the market? Maybe it wants to shoot up to infinity and beyond. It's clearly an uptrend. If you have an adversarial relationship with the market, you may try to sell it because you think it's against you. You think it's trying to lie to you. Trauma, once again. So then you try to fight. You're going to be compelled to fight because you think it's your enemy. So you try to sell when they wanted to go up, and it was clearly shown you it was going to go up. You're fighting yourself. And you're fighting the negative consequences of not accepting that the market owes you nothing. So you have to accept that the market owes you nothing. If you accept that, it'll be a lot easier for you to stop trying to fight against it, bro. Like, you expect this shit to make you rich. Like, no, it's trying to take your bread. That's why we created the plan, so we can put the odds in our favor. Not going to be right every single time. Too many variables in the market, but that's okay. We have the right positive winning attitude. So we have the right attitude, right beliefs. Anytime we lose, it's okay. Maybe it's a learning opportunity. It's something I could learn. Maybe there's something I need to learn to do better. Did I follow the plan flawlessly? Oh, if I did, then I ain't do nothing wrong then. The losses shouldn't affect you. The only way to take advantage of the market's endless opportunities is to get in the flow. How can you flow with something you are against? That is so facts, though. That is so facts. How am I gonna flow with something I'm against, bro? I'm like, man, I don't fuck with this nigga vibe, bro. I ain't fuck with that nigga. Like, how you gonna flow with that nigga then, bro? Like, you say, man, I don't fuck with this nigga, bro. Like, why you gonna ride in the same car with a nigga you don't fuck with? You can't. It's almost like an oxymoron, bro. How you gonna flow with something that you against? You have to get rid of this adversarial like mindset with the market, bro. Like, cause come on, bro. You only hurting yourself. It's you versus you, bro. The market owes you nothing. Come to terms with that. The market owes you nothing. The only way we take advantage of the endless opportunities is to get in the flow. How can you flow with something that you are against? The market is erratic, but does present similar patterns that repeat themselves over and over again. That's like your double tops, your triple tops, your triple bottoms, double. You know what I'm saying? Like engulfing patterns, all these different patterns that we use to enter the market. These patterns repeat themselves over and over and over again. The only way to flow with the market is to be free of fear, anger, regret, betrayal, despair, and disappointment. If you want to flow with the market, you want to make sure you have no fear. Have no fear to enter the market. As long as you're entering when the plan tells you to enter, you'll be fine. You won't have any need to feel these emotions once you have accepted the responsibility, though. So just have that positive winning attitude. Understand that you are responsible for your success as a trader, not the market. If you can sit here and genuinely tell me the market is responsible for your success as a trader, you should stop trading. You are responsible for your success as a trader, okay? Accept that. And you'll be able to accept the responsibility. Now, it's simple. Now, accepting the responsibility doesn't mean they need to learn everything about the markets. Cause that's what a lot of people are going to think. They think if I learn everything about the markets, I'll be a consistent winner all the time. Right? Seems perfectly logical because like if it takes no skill and like the beginner trader can go on a winning streak and go crazy and still make money, it doesn't take much skill. So maybe, okay, if the beginner trader was able to do that knowing nothing, then if they learn more, they'll be able to be 100% right all the time then maybe, right? No. The problem is most people want to learn more about the market to conquer the market. Once again, adversarial relationship. You fight in the market. You're trying to conquer the market, trying to prove something to the market, trying to prove the market wrong. So that's why it'll be going up. You looking for a reversal. Why are you trying to prove the market wrong, bro? Why are you trying to prove the market wrong? Come on, bro. If you're in a trade, maybe you're going in for a buy and you see the market going down, you're gonna block that out of your awareness. Your pain avoidance mechanism is gonna kick in. You're gonna block that out of your awareness. You don't want to see none of that shit. You don't want to see that. I'm not trying to see the market go down like that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hope. You're gonna rationalize. You're gonna block that from your awareness so that way you don't have to feel that pain. All coming from fear. Now, I'm not saying back testing is bad because you should learn about the markets so that way you can create a plan that is a systematic way of winning, not avoiding pain. If every time you lose you're gonna feel pain, this is gonna be hard for you. You're gonna lose sometimes, but if you have a systematic way of winning, which is what our plans are, then once again the odds are in your favor. It was worth the risk. Think like the most wealthy people in the world. If you want to be the most successful trader in the world you can be, if you want to be a consistently successful trader, you need to think like the wealthy people do. They're willing to put $1 million on an investment, knowing that they might lose that whole million, but they would know that it was worth the risk. It was worth the investment. Don't even look at it as risk anymore then. Look at it as an investment. As soon as you make the assumption that knowing something about the market will help prevent you from experiencing pain, you seal your fate as a loser. Damn. So if you want to stamp yourself as a loser forever as a trader, then all you have to do is make the assumption that if you know something about the market, it will prevent you from experiencing pain. Essentially, when they say pain, they just mean experiencing a loss. You're never gonna win every single time. You know what I'm saying? Like I've called this my trading plan the perfect entry plan before, but I still will tell you that you're gonna lose sometimes. It's gonna get you some real accurate entries like crazy, but you're still gonna lose sometimes. You have to accept that you can't avoid losing. You can't avoid losing money. You can't avoid being wrong. It's gonna happen sometimes in the market, but it was worth the investment. It was worth the risk. You'll seal your fate as a loser if you think that just because you know something about the market, you're never going to feel pain again. You're never going to lose again. You'll be a loser forever because it's a random environment, too many variables. You're never going to be right every single time. Most traders make this assumption and go on knowledge quests. This is when you learn about trend lines, chart patterns, support and resistance, candlesticks, Fibonacci. But even though their knowledge increases and they should be more confident, now they'll have a problem executing their trades. Niggas learn all this stuff about the market, and they're still hesitating, still second guessing, and still not entering the trade at all. If you have to win, you'll have to be right. If you can't lose and can't be wrong, you will perceive any market information that goes against your expectation as painful. So understand that you got to accept the responsibility. Understand that you don't need to learn everything about the market to be a consistently successful winner. Because the more you learn, the more you're going to expect to be right. The more you expect to be right, the more you'll perceive anything the market does that goes against your expectation as painful. You're just creating pain for yourself. It is self-inflicted because you have the wrong attitude, wrong belief about trading. You're going to lose sometimes. It's okay. There's some traders that lose most of the time and they're still profitable. All you need is a systematic way of winning. That's it. Have a plan that works. If it works, just follow the plan. So our minds have a number of ways to shield us from information we perceive as painful. You could be in a losing trade, so you start using the indicator that you've never used before. I've done this before. Oh my goodness. You're in a losing trade, so then you put on some other indicator to try to add the confluence that, oh, maybe you're right. You know what I'm saying? You've never used this before, but like you just rationalize it now. But that confirms your bias as means to collect non-painful information to avoid the validity of the painful information. You see how your mind is fighting against what the market is doing because you deem it as painful because you have to be right every single time. You're using an indicator you never even used before. Our pain avoidance mechanism will exclude and alter information being generated by the market. You literally won't be able to perceive the market correctly if you're trying to avoid pain. Because our pain avoidance mechanism is going to exclude certain information now from you. Because your mind doesn't want you to feel that pain. So now you can't even see it because you're trying to avoid the pain. And you could be in a losing trade. It's clearly going down. It's clearly creating lower highs and lower lows. But you refuse to acknowledge that you are in a losing trade because you have focused all of your attention to the ticks that go in your favor. Essentially, it's just like you bought. You see the market going down. It's clearly creating market structure telling you that this is a sell right now. You can't even see it right now. You're like, nah, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. Hoping, rationalizing. Can't even see it. You only paying attention to the little times it does go up a little bit. But every time you see a candle go up even slightly, you convince yourself it's a reversal. Probably chasing that reversal because once again you have the adversarial relationship with the market. It's only after you are losing so much money and it cannot be denied that you exit the trade. That's the only time you exit. You were still right. You would have rationalized all day. But because the money amount you were losing was like too much, you had to jump back to reality. It was like, okay, maybe I should get out of this trade now. Market been telling you should have did that, but you couldn't see it. Why didn't I just take my loss in reverse? You only recognized the opportunity once there was nothing at stake, but you were blinded when you were in the trade. You were blinded by hope. So I'm saying it's always like afterwards, like, oh man, I should have known that. Why did I do that? You did that because you were blinded by the trade. At the time, recognizing the loss was perceived as painful, so you basically blocked it out of your awareness. So basically, the beginner trader is going to start off as carefree as long as they're winning, but then they shifted from carefree to preventing pain by avoiding losses. And that's when you had that wrong attitude of, he shifted from a positive to a negative attitude. Because now the more you learn, the more you expect to be right. Then when you're actually wrong, it's going to be more painful again. Then you got to go learn more and repeat the cycle. That's what happens. Let's start with a typical trader. Typical trader trades with fear. Typical trader is trying to be right every single time. They think every time they lose is a problem with their analysis, so they go to learn more about the charts. Typical trader wants the market to fulfill their expectations, hopes, and dreams. That's crazy. The market doesn't know you shit. You are responsible for your success. Typical trader believes the market is their enemy that gives and takes away money. See how you have such a negative connotation of the market? Consistently successful trader, beliefs and attitudes, trades without fear, does not make fear-based errors anymore, nor get reckless when they are feeling good. Why? Because they have a positive winning attitude. They can lose and be wrong without the slightest pain. They understand that losing and being wrong is an inevitable reality of trading because there's too many variables at stake. They understand the market has no responsibility to give us anything or to do anything that would benefit us. The market doesn't owe you anything. They understand the market is neutral, but it's an endless opportunity flow. I'm probably going to update that box after I finish this. So winners, losers, and busters. A lot of traders do consistently lose and eventually quit because they can't tolerate any more emotional pain. Some people get depressed off trading, boy. Trust, I felt it, bro. I feel it sometimes too. Like, I get it. But it's because it's a product of these wrong attitudes and wrong beliefs. Truly, it really is. A lot of traders do quit. Some traders end up getting enough right about trading that they enter the boom and bust cycle. Some traders, in spite of many difficulties, learn how to make money, but it's only on a limited basis, as they haven't learned to counteract the negative effects of euphoria or how to prevent self-sabotage. When you are winning, you enter a state of euphoria, supreme confidence where you can no longer perceive the possibility of anything going wrong. This is when you are the most susceptible to making a mistake, overtrading, putting on too large a position, and violating your rules. You think you are the market. Essentially, what they're saying with euphoria is just that you'll get so confident that nothing can go wrong. So that's when you're most likely to risk your entire account, because you believe nothing can go wrong. I'm not going to lose this money. This is when traders risk more than they usually do and usually blow their account. Just said that. The consistent wins create a boom, but then euphoria kicks in and you make one of those errors and it's followed by an inevitable bust. That's basically what it is. You know how to trade. You'll be consistent for a while, and as soon as you get into this state of euphoria, you do something stupid. You throw the logic out the window, you stop following the plan. You see how, once again, when you add emotions, it hinders your ability to follow the plan flawlessly. All you need to do is follow the plan flawlessly. It increases your odds of success. Let's start with 30 to 40%. So 30 to 40% are consistent losers, steadily falling equity curves with an occasional winner. So they just losing. They just losing a lot. 40 to 50% of traders are boom and busters, where they have a roller coaster of equity curves. So they have learned how to make money, so that's where the it'll start going up, but haven't learned how to keep it. So you can see win streaks of 20 plus trades, but it always ends up in a big loss as a result of euphoria or self-sabotage. Could be going up, you know what I'm saying? But you still haven't learned how to counteract euphoria and self-sabotage. This is another thing. If you're trying to be a consistent winner, you probably do know how to trade. You probably are disciplined enough, but you're letting that euphoria get to you. You're never going to be right 100% of the time. So that's why you have to be able to have risk management as well. That's part of the plan as well. Do you have risk management? Your plan don't tell you to risk your whole account. That's not what your plan says to do. But the euphoria says to do that.
All right, I forgot to do the top box right here, but less than 10% of traders are the consistent winners. And those are the ones with steadily rising equity curves, with drawdowns that are normal losses any trading methodology you will experience. So all that means is that since they're winning consistently, they have a steadily rising equity curve. They may have little dips where it goes down a little bit, but those are just normal losses any trading methodology will experience. And this is why I keep saying that as long as the plan tells you to go in, you have the highest probability of success. So just follow the plan. Yes, you are going to lose sometimes. Every trading methodology is going to lose sometimes. You're never going to be 100% correct because there's too many variables in the market for any trader to be correct 100% of the time.
Everyone has different thresholds for euphoria. Some experience the state after just one trade. That's crazy. Some niggas get high off life after winning one trade. They're like, oh yes, I'm finally get that Lambo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is just, they win one trade, instant euphoria. In a state of euphoria, you can't perceive any risk because it makes you believe that nothing can go wrong. If nothing can go wrong, there's no need for rules or boundaries to govern your behavior. So you start breaking the rules, you start risking too much, etc. You gotta stay away from euphoria. When I read this book, it truly helped me with my trading because I realized that was my problem. I'll be waking up to money, and then I feel a need to continue to enter the market. Risk the same amount I just risked last night. By the end of the session, I woke up in profit, ended up losing all that profit, maybe even more, because of that euphoria. And I peeped there was a cycle. Once I started journaling and I read this book, I stopped doing that. You have to be conscious of it because people don't understand it. You become unconscious when you let these emotions control you. You have to remove these emotions from trading, or you will throw logic out the window. This is where the roller coaster ride begins. You had a rise due to the win streak until you placed a larger than usual position that may lose and cause a huge dip in your equity curve. When you finally get out of the trade, you may say, how could this happen? But you were betrayed by your own emotions Euphoria. But you may blame the market. If you blame the market, sealed your fate as a loser. You're not taking responsibility. You are responsible for your success as a trader, not the market. Then you'll start entering the cycle of learning to avoid losses again. You may try to learn some more now. You're like, I gotta learn some more. I gotta make sure I don't ever lose again because you're trying to avoid pain. Solidified yourself as a loser because now you're trying to never lose ever again. In the wrong mindset. And I hope, like, as I'm going through this, it's starting to make sense. It's starting to click for you because you have to understand that in order to be in this opportunity flow, it would make sense that I can't be blocking out information in this endless opportunity flow. But you're going to try to block out information if you're trying to be right every single time. Your pain avoidance mechanism is going to kick in. And then you're just going to be like, you may be in a losing trade. You may be buying and you see it's clearly going down. Your mind is going to block all that information out of your awareness, though. Taking yourself out of the opportunity flow, and it's all came from this wrong attitude of I have to win every single time. I hope you're seeing how all this is linking. I know a lot of traders have gone through this. Or like, oh, I have to learn more about the markets. I'm gonna backtest more. I gotta learn more. You're gonna lose sometimes, but that's okay. And I believe this is the last section: self-sabotage. So losses due to self-sabotage are more subtle. Things like putting in a buy for a sell. I did something like this, I think last week, where I placed a trade. It was a really good trade, perfect entry, no drawdown. And I put the wrong take profit. The take profit was only like 10 pips away. So when I look back at the market, I'm like, oh yes, it's going up. That's great. I look at the price. I'm like, oh my god, I put the wrong price. And I'm just sitting at it mad. Carried over to the next day. Now I start self-sabotage. I say I don't care no more. I self-sabotage. It's crazy. One little mistake. Like even this, putting in a buy for a sell can landslide into you losing more money. You could also distract yourself when you see one of your setups forming. So that's like when like your setups are, you see something, it's about to form, and then you get distracted out of nowhere. Maybe you leave your computer. Maybe you put your phone down or something. You go back to the market. It did exactly what you said it was going to do. Now you're mad. Self-sabotage is just like these little stupid mistakes that we make and then put us in a negative mind frame and a negative mindset when we come back to the market, which then cause more losses. Self-sabotage can come from maybe you have a religious upbringing and maybe a bad view about gambling. Maybe you were taught that gambling's bad. Like my father gambles. And after reading this book, I realized this too. I was like, I have a bad stigma about gambling. I believe it's kind of stupid. It's like you're just losing. You're just risking money for no reason. Like, nigga, that don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? But like, I would always say like, oh, trading's not gambling. It's, you know, calculated gambling, I guess. But I guess in a sense it's only gambling, I guess, if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have a positive winning mindset and you have these wrong beliefs. Then it completely becomes gambling, becomes emotional. So I realized that maybe there were times where I would self-sabotage myself because I have a bad stigma about gambling and I'm over here trading right now and it seems like I'm gambling. So subconsciously I would just throw the money away. I'm just like, no, this is a waste of money. I shouldn't even be doing this. Subconsciously, I have this bad stigma with gambling. So it's like now I have to heal this concept I have of gambling because now that's also interfering with my trading. Self-sabotage. I hope this is clicking for you because you have to understand how deep this really gets. It could come from your religious upbringing. Childhood trauma. It could be childhood trauma. Like I'm also a perfectionist and maybe that's because I felt maybe I had a lot of pressure on myself as a child, you know what I mean? So to be perfect, to be great, to always get A's and B's, it was always straight A's. Like sometimes you bring a B home, like they be like, man, this need to be an A. I'm like, all right, bro, like, you know, like, but I would do it though. Perfectionism. So then that can stem into a whole thing of needing to be right every single time. You could have a low self-worth. So a low self-worth could self-sabotage you because I can't imagine having a low self-esteem like that. I don't think that's the problem I have, but I could understand the perspective where maybe you have a low self-worth. You don't believe you deserve certain things. You don't believe you deserve a better life. You don't believe you deserve to have this much money. That low self-worth will self-sabotage you where maybe you hit a certain amount in your account and your mind subconsciously believes you don't deserve it, so you'll find a way to make one of these dumb mistakes. So this goes down to like things like self-image, because you must become someone who believes they deserve this infinite wealth that trading can offer to you. If you are still comfortable with where you're at, you're gonna find a way to self-sabotage. You're gonna find a way to give the money back to the market because you truly don't want to change your life. When you truly want this new life that you want, more than you can breathe. Shout out to E.T. Eric Thomas. When you truly want this new life for yourself, we're talking law of attraction now. You'll start to attract that to you. But if you still believe that no, you're only worth $500, you get it to like 600, you find some way back to 500. You get it to 1,000, you find a way back to 500. Because you believe you're only worth 500, so you'll self-sabotage, so you stay at that number until you believe you are worth more than that. And then lastly, tendency to self-destruct. So self-destruct is like, if you're the type of person, I am the type of person to self-destruct as well. Because once again, like I said, I might lose a trade, and I know I'm at fault, but I take so much responsibility. I'll yell at myself. I'm disappointed in myself. I might call myself a failure. Might, just call myself just names like you're a dumbass or something, right? I'm self-destructing because how do you build somebody up? You'll compliment them, right? You're destructing yourself when you say these bad things to yourself. Because then you're also going to lower your self-worth. Because now you believe, oh, if I'm a fucking dumbass, I don't deserve this amount of money. If I'm a fucking failure, I don't deserve this money. You know what I'm saying? So self-destruction, I think that can come, it might start as verbal abuse and then it becomes physical abuse. Toxic relationship. So basically those are the main things that could cause your self-sabotage, and I like how I was able to break that down. I'm freestyling this whole thing, y'all, so just letting y'all know. If you are among the 40 to 50% of traders in the boom and bust cycle, if you could redo every losing trade that was a result of an error or recklessness, how much money would you have right now? If you could redo all those trades, how much money would you have? Because me, oh my gosh, bro, I'd be so rich. I'd be filthy rich right now. You know how much, oh my gosh, the moves I'd be catching, oh my goodness, bro. If you can pinpoint the cause of these errors, either euphoria or self-sabotage, I have to deal with both of them. And if you could fix it, you would be amongst the consistent winners. So that's the stage I'm at right now. Still dealing with a couple of things. When these losses happen, did you assume responsibility for them? Did you ask yourself, how can I change my perspective, attitude, or behavior? Because as we've been talking about this entire time, it's really your perspective and the attitude and the beliefs that you bring to the charts that can cause behavior that can cause you to lose money. So you have to ask yourself those things anytime you lose. Is there something you could do to change your perspective, attitude, or behavior? Or did you blame the market? Or ask yourself what you can learn to prevent the loss from happening again. Losses are going to happen. Remember that. Not taking responsibility will keep you in a cycle of pain and dissatisfaction, because if you have to be right every single time and you're in an environment where you're never going to be right every single time, you will be in constant pain for eternity. As long as you remain in the state of fear, you will continue to create the very situations that you fear over and over again. You only blame the market to shield yourself from the harsh self-criticism. Adopt a winning attitude and accept that whatever happens is a perfect reflection of your current level of development and what you need to learn to do better. Blaming the market to avoid pain is just putting a band-aid on the wound. It will resurface and be worse than before. Why does leaving money on the table hurt more than a loss? Think about that. Why does leaving money on the table hurt more than a loss? When you take a loss, you can shift the blame towards the market. But when you leave money on the table, what they mean by leaving money on the table, that's like you got a really good entry. Maybe you got it all the way at the bottom and started shooting up. And you were like, man, I'm going to take my money. You say you take your money. But then the market goes up 1,000,000 more pips. You can't blame the market now, because it gave you exactly what you wanted. And there's no way for you to rationalize the pain anymore, because you know you are to blame. That's when you take responsibility. You must take responsibility for every outcome that occurs due to your trading. So not just when you leave money on the table. That's the only time you want to take responsibility, but you need to do it every single time. Take responsibility. You must adopt a winning attitude. The problem for many traders is that either they think they already have one when they don't, or they expect the market to develop the attitude for them by giving them winning trades. The market owes you nothing. No amount of market analysis will compensate for not having a winning attitude. So it doesn't matter if I create the perfect plan in the world. If I don't have a winning attitude, I won't be successful. So understanding the market will give you an edge you need to create winning trades. But your edge won't make you a consistent winner if you lack a winning attitude. So essentially, if you understand the markets enough, if you understand the patterns it makes over and over again, and you use one of those patterns for your trading plan, and you enter every single time you see one of those patterns, the odds of success will be in your favor. And it will give you an edge to create winning trades. So you'll be able to, the probabilities will be in your favor, so you'll be able to create winning trades. But your edge won't make you a consistent winner unless you have a winning attitude. Some people will say, oh, you just don't know enough about the markets, that's why you're losing money. But the fact of the matter is that if you have a losing attitude, if you believe you're going to lose every single time you enter the market, you're always going to choose a losing trade. Subconsciously, you're always going to choose a losing trade because you have a losing attitude. You have a low self-worth, so you believe you only deserve losses. So your mind will give you that. Again, it's spiritual now, law of attraction now. What is your self-image? What is your self-worth? Traders with winning attitudes who know very little about the market can still pick winners. And if they know a lot about the markets, they can pick even more winners. That's a fact. If you want to switch from being fearful to being confident in the market, the first step is to take responsibility and stop expecting the market to do anything for you. Once you do this, you'll stop fighting the market, which means you will stop fighting yourself. You'll be amazed at how quickly you will recognize what you need to learn and how quickly you will learn it. So to sum it all up, take responsibility. The market owes you nothing. If you're amongst one of these traders that believe that the market owes you something, you'll be stuck in a perpetual cycle of trying to learn more about the market so that way you could be right because you want to expect more from the market now. Because you just learned more about the market, so now you expect more from the market. You expect to be right more. So then, and then if you lose, it's going to cause even more pain. So you go to learn more, it's going to become an entire cycle. But if you understand that the market doesn't owe you anything, if you understand that your edge, that your trading plan, or your system of winning, your plan puts the odds in your favor, all you have to do is follow the plan. That's it. Follow the plan flawlessly. You'll hinder your ability to follow the plan flawlessly if you have the wrong attitudes and wrong beliefs about trading. If you have an adversarial relationship with the market, if you believe the market is your enemy, then how can you flow with it? If you see the market as your enemy, it's going to be very hard for you to flow with it, because how can you flow with something that you're against? And if we see something as our enemy, we're going to be compelled to fight against it. So that's when you'll do stupid things like chase reversals out of ego. You'll start to block information from the market. Because if you're expecting to win and the market's clearly going down, you'll block all that out of your awareness and you'll only pay attention to every single tick going in your favor. If you expect to win every single time, you are going to be in pain your entire trading career, and you sealed your fate as a loser. Because if you expect to win every single time, anything the market does that goes against your expectation is going to cause you pain. We want to avoid this pain. How do we avoid this pain? By having a positive winning attitude. So that way we're no longer fearful to enter the market. Instead, we understand that as long as I'm following the plan, as long as I have this system of winning, as long as I enter the market, I can expect a positive outcome. But if I lost, if maybe it doesn't go as I planned, any results that happen, I must understand, I must take responsibility, and I must understand that maybe this is just a learning opportunity to show me something that I need to learn to do better. You'll stop hesitating. There will be no more fear. You'll be able to enter the market. And if you have an amazing plan, then it'll be able to be executed flawlessly. And now you'll have the recipe to be a consistently successful trader, having a positive winning attitude and having a profitable plan. That's all you need. As long as you have an edge in the market, and anytime you follow your plan, the odds are in your favor. And as long as you have a winning attitude, you'll be able to find more winning trades. That's it. So hopefully you guys took notes. Hopefully you guys got something from this and understand where you need to work on. you understand what you need to work on. It's not going to be something that really happens overnight. You must understand that it is something where you have to change your beliefs and attitudes. So stop trying to be right every single time. Stop trying to avoid losses. Stop trying to avoid pain. Understand that there's too many variables in the market. You're not going to be right every single time. Adopt a winning attitude. Understand that the market is an endless opportunity flow. It's not against you. And take responsibility, and you'll do great. My name is Apollo Ahmad. Until next time.